I'm just going to talk briefly about the hierarchy of vulnerable road users, and I really welcome the debate here today. It's great to have it, and it's great welcome in here, Minister, to be talking about it. I'm also a member of the Transport Committee, so we've been discussing road safety over the last couple of weeks, so we're really getting an insight into particularly, I suppose, more vulnerable road users. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I suppose that vulnerable road users are simultaneously the least likely to cause other road users harm and the most likely to suffer the harm of others, or the most likely to suffer harm themselves. So I'm going to talk maybe about systems that are put in place, and this is recommendations that have come forward, come from cyclists, from people that we've heard really from the committee, from cyclists, from motorcyclists, and it's continuing on. You know, I suppose the groups that are coming in, the witnesses, are really informative, and they're really giving us a good idea of, I suppose, protections for them as kind of vulnerable road users. So the safe systems approach to road safety shifts responsibility from maintaining their own safety away from exclusively the individual user to the system which designs and constructs the roads. And I know this has come up as part of the motion. And this can be especially, but not exclusively, relevant in urban areas and village centres where the proportion of pedestrians and cyclists can be higher. So it makes most sense to protect the most vulnerable where they are the most prevalent. And there's there's 7 key priority areas, 4 of which are particularly relevant to vulnerable road users. And these are safe roads and roadsides, and working with the local authorities. And I'm glad that the Sinn Féin amendment that I support about sharing information around collisions, so that the design team it's great that you're accepting that amendment, that design teams within the local authorities are able to adapt accordingly. Safe speeds and the Love 30 campaign. And Minister, I have to say that I was disappointed to hear that it's not in your gift anymore to implement it within local authorities, that it's going to be a bylaw within local authorities to implement having the Love 30 campaign. Statistics, I know, I suppose at one stage I was thinking that it would be in your gift, Minister, wouldn't it? That it would be that, that you'd be able to implement the safety measure. Because it has been proven that, if a car user is going that hits a pedestrian and they're going 30 kilometres per hour, there is 1 in 10 pedestrians will die. If it's 50 kilometres per hour, 5 in 10 pedestrians will die, or cyclists, and 9 in 10, or 60 kilometres, 9 in 10. So they're stark, I suppose, that Love 30 campaign is a campaign that might be worth re-examining again to keep it in your gift rather than bylaws for local authorities, because often that, we know ourselves, the local authorities, some will do it and some won't. The other one, it would be safe road use, and I know we've come a long way in this, and it's about education and training, and particularly I was struck by motorcyclists at the last Oireachtas meeting, or the last Oireachtas committee, that I suppose motorcyclists are very good drivers, like they're on the road very good drivers, and they made very good suggestions about particularly having that driving test could be part, when you're doing a driving test, that motorways would be part of it, that they can see big collisions, that people are completely blinded to motorcyclists, particularly on motorways. So it's just, I suppose, suggestions from them. I know there'll be a report coming out from that, but there's just suggestions from them. And I think this would be, you said that Neil Einrod often asks on Ash if there's nothing off the table. And would it be a possibility, Minister, that there might be the possibility of a single ombudsman for road safety who could coordinate safety improvements and maybe improve the performance of the RSA? That might be a good place to start. That the RSA, I just think that their brief is massive between looking at NCTs, that they've a huge brief, their driver's licence, and maybe it would be, if there was something else looking at, particularly just looking at road safety, might be an idea.